Good Erev Shabbos. Today is not Friday. Today is, in fact, Erev Shabbos, and we are here to turn Friday into Erev Shabbos, as we do each and every week. I want to thank our generous sponsor, Mendy and Tzipora Fishman, Chus V'chai Rivka Bas Tzipora Friedel, in memory of Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs, Rabbi Yaakov Tzvi ben David Aryeh. This is a big Friday. Va'ikar lo lefachid klal. We cannot be afraid today. Hopefully, some of the hostages are coming home. We demand and we daven so hard that they all be brought home, that we victoriously win this war, that all of our soldiers return. That Shabbos milizok, Shabbos brings strength, Shabbos brings healing, and Shabbos ultimately brings a sense of peace. And in that schus, we turn our Friday into Erev Shabbos. I saw a beautiful picture online today, a shopping cart in a supermarket, I don't know where, an undisclosed location, but a beautiful sign inside that parking lot. I'll try to post this picture, but inside the carts, inside this supermarket, on Fridays, I guess the supermarket carts have a laminated sign that says, for everything one purchases for Shabbos, one should say, Lekavod Shabbos Kodesh. It references the Mishnah Berurah, Hilchos Shabbos, Siman, Reish, Nun. There the Mishnah Berurah writes, all the preparations, when you buy the ingredients, you say Lekavod Shabbos Kodesh. When you put out the kelim, the utensils to cook, Lekavod Shabbos Kodesh. When you mix them, when you add the ingredients, when you put them in the oven, Lekavod Shabbos Kodesh. It orients the entire week so that Sunday's not Sunday, it's Yom Rishon L'Shabbos, and Wednesday's not Wednesday, it's the day of L'chun Haran or Yom Revi'i B'Shabbos. And Thursday, when you go shopping, whichever day you go shopping, each item you put in that cart, Lekavod Shabbos Kodesh. It reorients the entire week around Shabbos. It anchors us in Shabbos. All Friday, as that music is blasting, and as those shiurim we're listening to, and as we are cleaning or setting the table or putting out the folding table, as we are preparing, everything is Lekavod Shabbos Kodesh. So, isn't it a beautiful image in this supermarket, in the shopping carts, for everything one purchases for Shabbos, one should say Lekavod Shabbos Kodesh. That's how we transform and turn Friday into Erev Shabbos. Not only Friday, but each and every day of the week is transformed by doing all that we do Lekavod Shabbos Kodesh. I want to share with you a beautiful insight I saw connected to our parsha, but relevant for every single Shabbos of the year. It comes from the new Sefer Tiferes Shmuel Berendam Zatzal, the Rosh Hashiva of the Mir in Brooklyn. Yaakov Avinu in our parsha, Yaakov Avinu lays his weary head to rest. He has a dream of a stairway to heaven. Vayikatz Yaakov Mishna. So Yaakov wakes up from his sleep, Vayomer, and he says, Achein, Yesh Hashem b'makom hazeh ve'anochi lo yadati. Hashem is in this place, and I had no idea. And there are so many insights and so many divrei Torah on this comment, on this statement of Yaakov Avinu. What did that mean? What did he not know? What did he come to learn? How could he not know? Why was he sleeping? There is so much to say. But Rashi commenting on these words says, She'im yadati, if I would have known, lo yashanti, I never would have gone to sleep. Had I known how holy this place was, I spent all these years in the Beis Medrash. I never left the four walls. He was the Ishtam Yoshev, Oalim Yeshiva Shem Be'ever, 14 straight years, no sleep. Yaakov learned. Now here he is fleeing for his life. Now here he is on the road. Now here he is engaging and encountering the mundane, the profane. So he goes to sleep because he thinks, what will I miss? After all, this isn't a holy place. These aren't holy activities. This isn't a holy environment. I might as well close my eyes and go to sleep. And when he has that dream of bridging heaven and earth, of bringing the world of heaven, of ruchnius, of spirituality, down to this physical place, he wakes up and he says, Im yadati, had I known, lo yashanti b'makom kadosh kazeh, I never would have gone to sleep in a place like this. Says the Tiferes Shmuel, where in fact was he laying his head? He was on Har HaBayis, Har HaMoriah, the future place of the Beit Hamikdash. He says, had I known that here I am resting in such a holy spot, a holy location, holy coordinates where the Beit Hamikdash will stand, I never would go to sleep. After all, the Gemara Baruchas Daf Nundad tells us, Har HaBayis, you cannot go in with your staff, with your shoes, leather shoes, with dust on your feet. Har HaBayis is a holy place, and there is a fulfillment of Es Mikdashi Tiro. Person has to live with a sense of awe and reverence for the holiness and sanctity of Har HaBayis, even when no Beit Hamikdash. So the simple understanding is Yaakov wakes up and says, had I known this is the place of the future Beit Hamikdash, such a holy spot, I never would have gone to sleep. And we too have to remember our holy shul, the Beis Knesses. There is a fulfillment, according to many Rishonim, the Mikdash Ma'at, the miniature sanctuary called the shul. One can't be lightheaded, frivolous. One can't joke around. A person has to bring the same sense of seriousness and sobriety they would to the sanctuary, the Beis Hamikdash itself. But the Tiferes Shmuel offers another interpretation, and he says something else. Listen to this. Ulam yesh od kavana. Yaakov Avinu Amar ilu yadati shezeh makom kadosh u'mesugal lahasag inyanim niskavim ad mod. Had I known this is a holy spot, and I can access holy ideas, and I can attain holy levels, I never would have wasted or squandered one moment sleeping. Had I known the possibility, had I known the potential, had I known the path I could pave towards holiness in this place, I never would have closed my eyes. I never would have fallen asleep. If a person is spending time with a loved one, with children or grandchildren, if a person is spending quality time when they don't ordinarily have it, they don't waste it closing their eyes. They don't take a nap. They don't fall asleep. They want to maximize. I know that when I'm together with my greater family, when my siblings and our families are together, inevitably, invariably, that Friday night, we're up 2, 3, and nobody wants to go to sleep. Who wants to spend those precious moments, those limited moments, closing one's eyes and falling asleep? So says Rav Shmuel Berenbaum, that's what Yaakov Avinu wakes up and he says, had I known this was a holy place, had I known what I could do here, ilo yadati ilo yashanti, but mokum kadosh kazeh, had I known what I could get out of it. Why is this relevant to turning Friday into Erev Shabbos? Listen to this insight. Shabbos and Mikdash go together. As Shabbos osai tishmaru, u'Mikdash itiro, ani Hashem. Shabbos and Mikdash go together. Why? The Beit Hamikdash is a sanctuary in space, which Shabbos is a sanctuary in time. And the same way there has to be Mora Mikdash. One brings an awe and a reverence and a seriousness to this holy space of the Mikdash. One has to bring an awe and a reverence and a seriousness and an excitement and enthusiasm to the holy time called Shabbos. And the same way, one shouldn't sleep their way through being in the sanctuary, in the holy Beit Hamikdash. One should not sleep their way through being in the holy place, a holy time called Shabbos. Im hayinu yodim ad kama gedola kedushas haShabbos lo hayinu mevazvezim biyom kadosh kazeh afilu rega echad larek. A person would not waste, would not squander one moment. If we understood Shabbos, and finally, my children, my family, myself, I vie for my own attention all week long. My thing is buzzing and ringing and vibrating all week long. I have to do and tasks all week long. I'm running and going. Shabbos is special. Peace and serenity. Shabbos, I'm connected to myself, to the people around me, and to the Ribono Shalom, to Hashem. Shabbos is a holy time. So I would never waste. I would never squander. I would take advantage of that time in learning. Those are the magic words I wanted to share with you today. Says Rav Shmuel Berenbaum, the Tiferes Shmuel, Gam al Shabbos, also regarding Shabbos, Yesh lomar ilu yadati lo yashanti. Had I known how special Shabbos is. So Shabbos, many of us think, ooh, Shabbos, I'm going to schluff. Ooh, it's early Shabbos now, so I'm going to sleep so much Friday night. And Chapat Gimel Shabbos afternoon, and go to the early minyan and sleep after the early minyan. I'm going to see if I can break records of how much sleep I could get. That's not Shabbos. Shabbos is so special, such potential, such opportunity, such time with ourselves, with Hashem, with the people around us. Don't waste it on sleep. Now, it's true that Shena b'Shabbos is Meshubach. It's true that there is a beauty to being able to rest and slow down and close our eyes on Shabbos. But I want to suggest that one of the ways that we turn Friday into Erev Shabbos is take a Friday nap. Not always easy. You need the consent of the other people around you and your family members. But if you can't close your eyes, go into Friday night, go into Shabbos, awakened and with energy and with enthusiasm. Go into Shabbos wanting to maximize. On one of our flyings to New York, we met with several Rosh Yeshiva who had not spoken to each other, do not overlap, and did not coordinate, and yet had a similar message. They all describe that the learning they do on Shabbos can't compare to the rest of the week. What they get out of the learning, they wake up early on Shabbos morning. There's no phone buzzing or beeping. There's no emails to return. There's nowhere to be. It's non-disturbed, non-distracted time. And the learning, what an hour of learning on Shabbos morning equals 5 hours, 10 hours of learning the rest of the week with all the distractions and all that there is to do and everything that is dividing us into so many different parts. So Ilu Yadati Lo Yashanti, says Yaakov, had I known, I never would have slept. And that's the attitude he says we should have, says Rabbi Berenbaum, about Shabbos. Ilu Yadati, the Kedusha of Shabbos Lo Yashanti. How could we squander it? How could we waste it? We don't race through the meals trying to get to sleep. We savor the meals, spending time singing Divrei Torah, laughing, stories, encountering, engaging one another, Hashem, and ultimately ourselves. In the schus, turning our Friday into Erev Shabbos, fulfilling this shopping mandate. For everything one purchases for Shabbos, one should say, Lekavod Shabbos Kodesh. In the schus of turning Friday into Erev Shabbos, and turning Shabbos into Shabbos, and taking advantage of maximizing. The soldiers can't sleep. They don't have the luxury of long naps. And we are soldiers. We're all called up. And one of the ways we're called up is to draw all that we can out of Shabbos on behalf of the soldiers who can't. Mitzvah Shem Shabbos Milizok, Shabbos should bring great news.